Hi, and thank you for joining me. My name is Claudia Mayoss, and I'm the Assistant Director of Enrollment Management for the School of the Arts and Architecture at UCLA. This presentation is a brief overview of undergraduate programs in the UCLA School of the Arts and Architecture and information on the admission process. To begin with an overview of campus, the University of California, Los Angeles is a mid-sized urban public research university. Of all the UC campuses, we are actually the smallest in terms of land mass at 419 acres, but we are the largest in terms of enrollment. We have around 45,000 students on campus, both undergraduate and graduate, and the majority of students on campus are in the College of Letters and Science in broader areas of humanities, social sciences, and life sciences. And then we have several professional programs at the undergraduate and graduate level that provide more specialized education. UCLA has been named the flagship campus for the arts in the University of California system, and we have 3 professional schools that are dedicated to the visual and performing arts. These are the School of Theater, Film, and Television, the Herb Alpert School of Music, and the School of the Arts and Architecture. And though the arts take up only about 3% of the student population, our buildings on campus take up about 30% of the land mass, so we have a big presence here on campus. The School of the Arts offers 5 undergraduate majors. These are Architectural Studies, Art, Dance, Design Media Arts, and World Arts and Cultures. Our total school enrollment is about 900 students, both undergraduate and graduate combined, and the size of our majors allows our programs to keep classes and studios small, so students get the opportunity to work directly with their faculty and graduate teaching assistants. Across our 5 majors, the school as a whole considers what it means to create and ask questions at a public research university and how to advance the practice and presence of the arts within a social justice framework. The Department of Architecture and Urban Design houses our BA in Architectural Studies. The department offers a curriculum that takes an interdisciplinary approach to architecture and design studies, exploring themes that reflect the goals of the broader UCLA campus. We are dedicated to cultural production and seek to address conceptual questions from a diversity of viewpoints. The program integrates architectural theory, research methods, and design strategies that encourage our students to examine how we as humans experience space and how we can create equitable, accessible environments, structures, and urban landscapes. Architectural Studies is unique in that it is a transfer-only program. It is a 2-year accelerated studio-based program with a sequential curriculum designed to prepare our students for graduate studies or advanced pursuits in architecture or other related design careers. Students come to us as transfers from community college or other 4-year institutions, or they come to us from the UCLA campus as change of major applicants. Either way, none of our students are required to have any formal training in architecture before applying. The arts major curriculum features studio courses in ceramics, photography, painting, drawing, sculpture, interdisciplinary studio, and new genres, which includes installation and location-specific work, multimedia, video, and sound. In conjunction with these professional contemporary arts training studio courses, students take a series of courses in theory, history, and critique. This balance of studio practice and critical thinking provides students the tools they need to develop their own body of work. Students take classes in all of our offered mediums in order to gain knowledge across a wide range of disciplines and to find multiple ways to express their ideas creatively. As you move forward into upper division classes, you have the option to focus more closely on a studio discipline, or you can continue to take coursework across a range of mediums. The UCLA Department of Design Media Arts is a broad-based design research program emphasizing experimental creation with digital and mass media, working in areas of graphic design, video game and 3D modeling, typography, branding, photography and video, virtual and augmented reality, creative coding, nanotechnology, user interface and user experience, inclusive and adaptive technology, and interactivity. The Design Media Arts program is constructed around the concept of human and technology interactivity with a particular emphasis on the notion of play. The curriculum features courses in interactivity in games, video and animation, and visual communication and image. Students in this program are encouraged to think critically about design innovations that analyze and challenge society's relationship with technology and media. The dance major is one of 2 undergraduate majors offered out of the Department of World Arts and Cultures /Dance and was actually the first dance major to be offered at a university in the United States. The dance major integrates composition, training, and improvisation while challenging students to think about dance and body-based movement culturally, politically, and historically. The dance major operates in a global context by offering courses in a variety of traditions, including hip-hop, modern, West African, ballet, capoeira, Tai Chi, Polynesian, and Bharatanatyam. The department embraces all styles of movement and emphasizes inclusivity. Students take courses in technique, composition, theory, and history, all with an emphasis on critical thinking. The dance major encourages students to think about dance making as a cultural practice and encourages them to consider dance's place in the discourse of the body, politics, and social justice. Students also have multiple opportunities throughout the school year to perform works created by faculty, other students, and even their own choreographed work. The other major housed in the department is World Arts and Cultures. World Arts and Cultures is considered our research-based, humanity-focused branch of the School of the Arts and incorporates elements of sociology, political science, anthropology, and arts-based creativity. World Arts and Cultures highlights culture and representation as key perspectives for understanding creativity in local and global arenas. This is an interdisciplinary major that offers courses in visual cultures, arts activism, and critical ethnographies. There is no audition or portfolio requirement for the supplemental application, but a lot of our students do have their own creative arts practice that they use to enhance their research within the World Arts and Cultures program. Along with our majors, we also offer a minor in visual and performing arts education, which is available to all students at UCLA who are interested in supplementing their education with an arts-focused minor. This minor is designed for students that are interested in K-12 teaching, nonprofit management, arts administration, creative therapies, advocacy, and activism. We also offer multiple arts-related research centers on campus. These research centers are essentially think tanks that are run by our faculty and are available to anyone on campus. Some of the research topics that are being explored in these research centers have to do with creativity, sustainability, public health, and the environment. In addition to academics, we also oversee 3 public arts units that serve to bring visual and performing arts programming to the public. We have 2 museums, the Fowler Museum of Cultural History, which is located on campus, and the Hammer Museum, which is located nearby in Westwood. We also have the Center for the Art of Performance, which is our public-facing unit that curates direct exposure to the performing arts for members of the UCLA and Greater Los Angeles communities. The Center for the Art of Performance offers performances in contemporary dance, theater, music, and other genres, and they are located right on campus in Royce Hall. So let's go through the admission process to UCLA Arts. It is a direct entry application process that is twofold, in that it involves applying to UCLA via the UC application and then submitting a supplemental application directly to your chosen major for department review. The arts departments review students' supplemental applications and portfolios and then make recommendations to general campus who verify minimum academic eligibility for freshman or transfer status. So students are undergoing both a specific review process and a general holistic consideration. Some dates and deadlines to keep in mind. So the first part of that twofold application is submitting the general UC application, which opens on November 1st and is due November 30th. Keep in mind, if you are interested in submitting a supplemental application, you do need to list your UCLA Arts major as your first choice to UCLA. The second part of that process is the UCLA Arts supplement. Each major has its own specific requirements, but some dates to keep in mind are the Dance and World Arts and Culture supplement are due December 15th, and the Architectural Studies, Art, and Design Media Arts supplements are due January 20th. Academic eligibility for first-year students includes a 3.0 GPA or higher for California residents and a 3.4 or higher GPA for out-of-state or international students. We are also looking for A through G requirements, which is what they're known as to California residents, but essentially these are a series of 15 UC-required college preparatory courses that are listed on the University of California's website. UCLA is also test-free, so that means that we are not looking at or considering any SAT or ACT test scores. And for transfer students, typically general campus is looking for applicants at the junior level, but we in the School of the Arts actually also consider sophomore level transfers, which means you have less than 60 semester or 90 quarter units. What we do require is at least a 3.0 GPA at the time of your application and 2 English courses in composition and critical reading and writing, and 1 math or quantitative reasoning course with a prerequisite of intermediate algebra or higher. We look for those courses to be done by the spring before you arrive at UCLA, and we look for a B average GPA across all 3 of those courses. So each of the major supplemental applications calls for a questionnaire, unofficial transcripts, and some form of personal or artist statement. Something to note, the dance audition will be virtual again this year in the form of video submissions. The supplemental application and portfolio is really your chance to show the department your interests, your talents, and your passion. We want to see what you are proud of and what makes your artistic practice unique. More details about the specifics of each application can be found on our website, and keep in mind you have access to these department requirements in advance of actually having to submit the portfolio, so you can start preparing your portfolio or audition or other submission materials now before the application is due. And to give you some general insight about the portfolio or audition section of the supplemental application, because we do get a lot of questions about this, first, we do not require any formal arts training for our applicants, and we do not elevate art made or done in a formal classroom environment. We understand that not everyone has access to quality arts instruction, if at all, and we know that art making doesn't just happen in the classroom. If you are most comfortable making art at home or outside of the classroom, if you are making dance out in the community with your friends, if you have a cultural tradition or practice, that's what we want to see, because that is your work and that is just as valid. The faculty is interested in seeing work that you consider your best and that best represents you. What we do look for is an investment in your arts practice. And second, we don't look for any particular technique in the portfolio or audition portion of your application. If you are interested in design media arts but haven't done computer artwork yet, that's okay. If you are a painter and have not worked with sculpture yet, that's also okay. And if you're an Afro-Caribbean dancer that has never taken ballet before, that's okay. The departments really want to see that you have an investment in your practice, and though technique is appreciated, it's not a requirement, and you'll gain those tools that you need and the knowledge that you need to explore other disciplines during your time at UCLA. So your movement ability will show the dance faculty that you have the capacity to move well in any genre. And if you have an eye for composition and photography, it means you'll be able to bring a new perspective to a sculpture class. So your portfolio should show us your best work, and that can be in any medium or mediums. Something else to keep in mind is you'll be submitting personal insight questions for the general UC application, and your audience for those questions typically won't be artists. But the audience for your artist or personal statement in your supplemental application will definitely be artists. So make sure you spend some time developing your response and considering that the people reading your response already have insight and are really curious about your arts practice, what it is, and why you do it. To give you some more insight about our degree programs, all of our majors in the School of the Arts are Bachelor of Arts or BAs, which means that our students get a liberal arts education with theory, writing, critical thinking, and more alongside studio-based work. Our intent is that our students use their academic and artistic skills in tandem to create a holistic university experience. That being said, quite a few of our students are also interested in pursuing degrees alongside their arts majors. Students have the opportunity to double major or minor in most programs within the College of Letters and Science. Some examples of students combining their interests are dance and psychology, art in the entrepreneurship minor, and world arts and cultures and sociology, and many more. Since you can only apply for one major to UCLA, what you can do is apply to your arts major and submit the supplement, and once you get to campus, speak to your counselor about adding in your second major. Or you can apply to UCLA through a different academic major if you don't feel quite ready for the audition or portfolio, and then you can add your arts major in when you arrive on campus. If you do choose that option, then you will have to submit a portfolio or audition supplement at the time of that application. So students can prepare to double major by speaking with the advisors for their intended second major, taking any available prerequisite courses, and discussing options with the Arts Office of Student Services. We also recognize that attending university is a large financial investment and consideration, and many students across UCLA require additional support. Applicants to the School of the Arts also have access to the wider UCLA campus financial aid opportunities. In order to get access to those financial aid opportunities, all students must submit a free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA, and submission opened in early October, but we do highly recommend filling that out as soon as you can. More information about financial aid packages, loans, awards, and more can be found at financialaid.ucla.edu. The School of the Arts also offers scholarships to outstanding new students who demonstrate excellence in artistic performance and academic achievement. There are also multiple scholarships available to new and continuing students at the departmental level. So, more information about everything I've talked about in this video can be found on our website, arts.ucla.edu/apply. There you'll be able to find the supplemental worksheets as well as audition and portfolio information and deadlines. You can also access information about our public events, frequently asked questions, and more. Our office also employs student ambassadors who help us with weekly information sessions and other events for prospective students. And these are great opportunities for getting more information from the student perspective. Information and links to sign up for our weekly info sessions and other events are also listed on our site. And if you have any questions beyond that, you can also always feel free to email our office at admissions@arts.ucla.edu. And finally, please check us out on social media with the handle @UCLA Arts. That's where you'll be able to get more information about what we're doing in the community and what's going on with our programs and within the school. So that is all the information I have for you today. Thank you again for watching this video. Take care and have a good day.